Good morning. Welcome to Advisory. We're going to continue our conversation about setting goals. And today we're going to specifically talk about MAD goals. Okay, so here we have two examples. Okay, a MAD goal does not mean making someone mad like this dude on the left. Okay, what it means is measurable, attainable, and deadline driven. Okay, those are the meaning of the letters. Okay, so one simple way to set goals is to make them mad, right? Okay, so in this example, we have Felicia here on the left in the blue shirt who says, I want to make money. But that goal does not tell us very much, right? Doesn't everyone want to make money? We don't know what that means. We don't know what want to make money means. How much money, right? How do they make money, right? So there's all these that just, it's too broad. Okay, then we have Jennifer on the right. Her goal is very clear. I want to make $200 by March 1st. Okay, so it's very specific, right? We know how much she wants to make and we know when she wants to make it by. So that is a very good MAD goal because it's more attainable. It feels like something that she could actually accomplish because she is giving herself a deadline and she's the amount that she's trying to make is doable, right? It's a smaller amount. It's not $1,000,000 to say like, I want to make $1,000,000. That's too broad, too general, too big, right? This is a smaller goal that she has a deadline for, right? So that's where the D comes in, the data deadline driven, right? By March 1st, that's when she wants to accomplish this goal. Okay, so when you break down these letters, MAD, M-A-D, measurable again, attainable, and deadline driven. These are some examples of a goal that's too broad, and you break it down and you make it more specific on the right. So here on the left, when you think of measurable, she wants good. I want good grades. Okay. If you give your goal like a specific measure, you'll be able to know if you have when you've accomplished your goal, right? So like if you say I want good grades, like that mean what does that mean? What is good grades to me might be different to you, right? So what does good grades mean to you? Does that mean having straight A's? In this case, I want 3 A's and 3 B's. Okay, so that is a more specific measure. So when whoever this is obtains their goal, when they get the 3 A's and the 3 B's, then they know that they've accomplished it. Okay, it's not so muddy as to say I just want good grades because then you might get 1 A and not be satisfied, but you didn't really set yourself up to be specific about what you were looking for and what you wanted and what you wanted to obtain. Okay, so if your goals are not attainable, right? So if go to the A, then you're kind of setting yourself up for frustration. So when you think of I will make $1,000,000 this week, okay, if that's not something that you could actually do, you're just going to be disappointed, right? You can't learn to play the guitar in one night, right? But you can learn 3 simple songs in a week. So this isn't a good example. So $1,000,000 on the left, I will save $200 in the next 100 days. So that's something that's more attainable because it's a smaller amount and you have that deadline at the end. So okay, by the end of the 100 days, I'm going to be that much closer to this goal. Okay. And making $1,000,000 in a week, like I don't know what you do for a living, but I don't know that that's something that is attainable, right? For everybody. So when you think of that deadline, the deadline driven means I'm going to do it by this time. Okay. Without a deadline, you won't feel that urgency to reach your goal. Okay. So if you say, I want to learn to dance, what does that mean? Like it's someday before I die, I want to learn to dance? Or do you want to do it more short term? In this example, they just added a date. I will attend a dance class by March 15th. So not just learning to dance, but I'm going to attend a class because that's the first step, right? In order to learn, I need to do something. And in this case, this person wants to take a class by March 15th. That makes that urgency there. So once you get starting to near that deadline, you're realizing like, where am I at? How much more effort do I need to put into this so I can actually reach my goal? Okay, so this is what we mean by MAD goals. Measurable, attainable, deadline driven. This is how we're going to break down our goals to make them more doable, okay? So with that said, these are 3 goals. These are three examples, okay? So these may not be your goals. These might you might not be able to relate to these goals specifically, but I wanted to just give you some examples so that I can or you can see how something could be made into a MAD goal. Okay. So for example, I want to stay healthy this year. Okay. It's a very big goal. What does that mean? Does that mean eating healthy? Does that mean exercising? Does that mean joining, a gym class? What does that look like? Okay. And this year, that's a pretty long time. So, what do you want to change and when do you want to change it by? Okay. Those are the things I want you to think about. Okay. And how about I want to quit using social media? Okay. Well, there's a lot of different social media sites, right? What's something that's causing you maybe some, like, making you feel like you need to quit? Okay. And then I want to become a nurse. What does it take to become a nurse? When do you want to become a nurse by? Like, what sort of classes and what sort of education do you need to become a nurse? How many years is it going to take to become a nurse? Okay. So, in your journals or as a class, if you want to discuss this out loud, you could raise your hand, talk to your teacher, discuss it as a class of ways to make these more manageable. And if you just want to reflect in your journal, that's okay too. Just whatever you want to do as a class. And yes, so just think about these 3. If you're a teacher, I would pause this slide so that the students could see it and mark them down in the journals. And yeah, have a great day, everybody. See you next time.